I'm certified country. In my neck of the wood. 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 I'm certified country. In my neck of the wood. 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 Where I'm from is quarter horses, pit bulls, and drag strips. Hit the trail rides at night to go roping some bad shit. I done some things in my past that I won't talk about. I talked to God and changed my ways. He helped me walk it out. It's two sides of the country, this the one that they don't talk about. The liquor house, cowboys and Indians shooting it out. I had soft grounds for the blue collars, hard for all the streetwalkers. Real hood, baby, I made it, the country saved me. I'm certified country. In my neck of the wood. 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 I'm certified country. In my neck of the wood. 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 Let me buy you a drink. Off in the country. Moonshine, mason jars, can't pose in a honey hole. I got the love below on the speakers, we bout to blow. That Willie Nelson Reserve with a jar that shine. If you living in the country and you love it like me, say yeah. If you want a cold beer after a hard day's work, say yeah. If you living in the country and you love it like me, say yeah. If you want a cold beer after a hard day's work, say yeah. I'm certified country. In my neck of the wood. 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 I'm certified country. In my neck of the wood. 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 I'm from the GASTONIA. Them outlaws up at 17 don't play. That GASTONIA. Them outlaws off that 17 don't play.
What's going on, everybody? It's Glick's House of Music. You guys know me. I'm Glick. No, it's not Friday night no more. This is our new night, starting now, effective tonight. We are on Tuesdays, no longer Fridays. So we're going to help you get through those Monday blues, that Monday hangover, and hopefully kickstart the rest of your week and help you get through. Anywho, welcome. We are part of the Nonsensical Network over here. If you're not already, go ahead and check us out on all the socials. We are everywhere. Facebook, Instagram, X, and TikTok. You can also follow us live. Check out all the shows live Monday through Sunday right here on the Nonsensical Network on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. You guys can jump in the old chatters box, shoot the shit with us. We love the engagement that we get from y'all. We like you guys taking part of the shows and hanging out with us. And if you can't join us live, well, you're in luck. You can listen to us anytime, any place, wherever you listen to podcasts. Yes, we are on all the major podcasting platforms, as well as not so major platforms. You can simply find us at the Nonsensical Network. I don't know why I sound like such a pretentious dick when I say that. It's the Nonsensical Network. Or you can head on over to bio.link/Nonsensical Network. It's scrolling right down there at the bottom of your screen. All those links are there. You know the drill. Give us a follow. Give us a listen. And if you'd be so kind, give us a share. We greatly appreciate that. We got a young man coming in tonight all the way from North Carolina. Certified country. A little Southern charm for us. And I'm really hoping I don't butcher his name. But I'm going to bring him up on stage. Let's get right down to it. We got Zay Grastley in the building. And if I messed up your name, go ahead and give me the business.
You said it right. Honestly, you said it right. A lot of people say it wrong.
I tried it. I would be lying if I said I didn't practice, but it's like my hidden superpower. You can give me some of the most not that your name's jacked up because my last name is. Everybody screws my last name up as well. It's Glick. It's simple. It's easy, but it still gets screwed up. But you give me some of the weirdest names, and I'll nail them. But then you give me like a simple name like Smith or Harrison or something like that. It never fails. I'll screw it up the first time I say it.
Dude, I actually had a show in Alabama a couple nights ago, like 2-3 nights ago, and the host, I don't know if it just sounded right or if it went together in his head, but he was like the great Zay Grastley, and I was like, what?
What?
I was like, no, I was like, it's not right. But okay.
Somebody was trying to be funny.
Yeah, no, I think that's just the way he was saying it. I don't know what he was looking at or what they wrote down, but he definitely got it wrong.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm Benj, a North Carolina guy too.
Yeah.
Randy, what's going on? We see you in the chatter's box. What's up? Yeah, man, it's funny. Sometimes, of course, it could be nerves because I'm about to be doing that guy's job here in a couple of weeks. One of the bands that I interviewed, they asked me to do like MC and stage announcements for a couple of Labor Day shows that they got going on, and I'm super nervous. I'm like, I don't like talking in front of crowds. I don't know how I got this.
Oh, man.
But I do multiple live podcastings throughout the week, so it's like they're like it's the same thing. I'm like, I don't know. Nerves get you sometimes. Nerves will get you.
It happens.
We don't use Discord, Randy. Don't worry about it. So you're down in as Benji said, was it Gastonia, right?
Yeah, I'm from Gastonia.
Nice. Born and raised?
No, I was actually born in DC, Southeast DC.
Oh wow.
I mean, I don't remember nothing from there, but I pretty much grew up in Gastonia. I've been in Gastonia since I was like 7-8 years old. So
Carolina's got to be better than DC, anyways.
Yeah. Carolina boy.
Yeah. No, I spent some time down in Charleston. We were down there for about 10 years. My youngest son was born down there, so I'll get down there one day again. My boy Benji, he's where the hell is he? I don't know. Raleigh, Charlotte. He's all over the place down there. He travels for work. I don't know where the hell he's at.
All right.
I don't know where he's at, man.
Charleston's maybe like an hour, 20 minutes, hour, 30 minutes from where I live at. I live down near the beach.
Okay, so yeah, okay, you're down in the southern part. Nice.
Yep.
I thought it sounded familiar. I may have been through there a time or two, but I tried to keep my little happy ass right in Charleston. I want to get back down there so bad. What's up, Chris? I want to get back down there so bad. I got as I joke, I got 8 more years left on my sentence. I'm doing time up here in Ohio. I'm stuck in Ohio for another 8 years.
Dude, I was just in Ohio in Portsmouth.
Okay.
It was another part of Ohio. I just done 2 shows in Ohio.
Nice. Portsmouth isn't too far from where I'm at. I'm located like central Ohio area, up by I'm out by Columbus. So
Okay.
if you're familiar with,
I can't remember the other place in Ohio, but it was like right across the line from Kentucky. It was like right there. I can't remember the name of it.
Could be any number of cities down there. Holy crap!
Yeah. Ohio. I like Ohio. Ohio was a good crowd. Like Ohio really likes my music. I loved it. I was like, man, they like it. I love it.
Yeah, man. I gotta say, man. I tell all the artists, I truly become a fan, and it all happens by happenstance. It's just me scrolling Instagram, and since I started doing interviews, my algorithm is just local up and coming artists. I don't get a lot of big name, which is what this show is for. It's for you guys. We're in the same boat. We're kind of up and coming, small. We're a small podcast. We're kind of up and coming with the network, but this show's all for you guys. So my algorithm is all that, and I'll be scrolling, and an artist will catch my ear, and I gotta scroll back and try to find them, or the damn page will refresh on me, and it's like, I know I tapped a heart on that. I just gotta find them, and then I go and I look and see if you're on Spotify or YouTube or anything like that, and then I listen to your other music, and if it's something that I like, and then I reach out to you guys. So, and then in the meantime, I everybody that I've interviewed stays on a constant, or I'm going to interview, stays on a constant rotation with my playlist when I'm listening to music. I love it. I don't know. Maybe you can help me here. What do you classify your music as? Your genre?
So it's crazy. I think all y'all podcasters get together and like we're gonna figure this out.
You know what? It's a mystery because I don't want to insult you and call it rap or call it country or God forbid call it hip hop because I'm a music fan. I love music. I love all genres. I love all eras.
Yep.
Never really got into the quote unquote hip hop.
So, I literally just done an interview in Atlanta a couple days ago, and I done one before then that was in Virginia, and they literally asked the same question. It was like they all were like, "What genre do we put you in?" And I was like, "Well, my motto is I'm a country rap and rock star." So it's like,
there you go.
I tell people, I don't know. It's hard to explain because I heard my first rap song when I was like 12, 13 years old, which was Slick Rick.
Okay.
But, I grew up listening to Willie Nelson, Meatloaf, Led Zeppelin. You know what I mean? Like, I just grew up listening to my playlist. I have you all confused.
Mine's the same way. Yeah, I feel you on that. Mine's the same way.
It can go all over the place. But when it comes to a genre, I really tell people like I hope to create my own genre of just
that's almost where I would put you at, man. You're just doing your own thing, and you can tell you can kind of hear in your music those influences across the board. From rap to rock to country. So you're just kind of doing your own thing, man. And I think that's
what I tell people. I try to put all three of those in each song. Like I feel like you're gonna get one of those three out of each song.
Mm-hmm. And it's working, man. In my opinion, it's working. I'm a fan. I'm loving it. Are there any artists in particular? I cannot win with this light this week. I'm extra. I'm either looking extra white, or I look like I forgot to pay the electric bill.
Hey, you know what? I get the same thing since I'm close to the beach. I look on the camera and I'm like, dude, I'm extra black. I'm like extra dark. Or I'm like, damn, I look light skin.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I was just at the beach. Our beach. I live in Ohio. I mean, we don't got the ocean, but we got beaches here nonetheless. We got lakes and stuff like that. And I just was at the beach all day Sunday with my kids, and my face is dark. My arms are dark, but this light is just not cooperating with me this week. So I totally lost my train of thought. I was going to say something. Oh yeah. Are there any artists in particular that you really that influenced you or that you really look up to that inspired you to become a musician?
I would have to say yeah. Bob Marley, John Mayer, and Andre 3000 are like probably my three favorite artists of all. I would say of all times, but I just feel like with Andre 3000 with rap, a lot of people look at him as like, oh, he was a commercial rapper. He wasn't like a gangster rapper. No, but to me, like that was it was his lyrics for me. And then the same thing with John Mayer. It was like, I didn't care if he wasn't rap or not. It was like his words is what gravitated me towards him. And then Bob Marley is like, what's not to like about Bob, It's like what's not to like about Bob? You can't go wrong there.
I love Bob Marley. I'm a big fan of reggae music, and that's one thing I loved about living in Charleston is in the summertime they had reggae nights at the fair or at the park. And man, I used to go to everyone. I was there. I mean, if I had to leave work early or call off for the day just to make sure I was there, I was there. But yeah, man, you can't go wrong with Bob. Not especially you sound like me. I'm a lyrics guy. I like artists and musicians that tell a story in their songs. I mean, anybody can go and repeat the same thing 14 times and put a beat behind it,
Yep, exactly.
But my opinion, or for that matter, anybody can have an army of 35 writers write a hit song for them. But if somebody can sit down in a room or in the car or at a restaurant and just something pop into their head, and I interviewed the Southern Outlaws band, and one of their songs, "Good for the Soul," it's basically just having a good time with your friends and drinking and listening to music and stuff. They said they wrote it on a napkin. They were at a Mexican restaurant eating dinner one night, and the words just popped into his head, and Arliss just started writing them down.
Hey, man, it's crazy. I was telling one of my producers, Aries, the other day, and he's never really done the country rap thing or country music thing. He's produced for a lot of rappers. So he got with me. I was like, man, I like your sound, but I was like, let's do something different. Like, I want you to take the electric guitars from rock, and I want you to take the acoustic guitar from country and the steel guitar, and I want you to put the rap 808s in there, and I want my own sound, And we sat down, and it took us a couple songs, but we found it. And I told him, I was like, man, this is like he finds exactly what I hear in my head. But at the same time, sometimes he'll send me a beat, and I'm like, "What do you want me to do with that?" He's like, "Man, it's fire," and I'm like, "Yeah, maybe for Gucci Mane or Lil Wayne or something." I was like, "But that's not really my thing." But man, it's been a journey. This is what I can say. It's definitely been a journey.
I was going to say, has it? Well, this is kind of a double-edged sword. For a question: How long have you been doing music and making music, or decided that you wanted to be a musician?
So, of course, at first it was rap. Like, I was doing the rap thing, and I've been writing songs and stuff like that since I was 12, 13 years old.
Oh, wow.
But I think it was me not really knowing. I'm not going to say knowing, but growing up listening to rap, I think I just jumped to it because I thought that's what I was supposed to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, people will hear my music and that's like, it's good, but it's the sound. And of course, I'm country as hell, so like, me trying to rap on like a rap beat, it was like, okay, like I hear the lyrics, but it's just like you're missing the sound or something.
Mm-hmm.
And it took me getting older to figure out, like, and I think I always wanted to do country. I always wanted to sing, but I think being younger was one of those things where it was like I was worried about what my friends were going to say, or you know what I mean. I was worried about how they were going to look at it, and
you're almost kind of pushed into the stereotype, like
exactly.
This is what I'm supposed to do,
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, we were reminiscing a little bit, and I'm an old school hip hop head. I love this stuff from the 80s when it first came out. Like that 90s rap was just everything to me. And I'm from Podunk ass Ohio. I'm from the middle of nowhere, Ohio. And I was reminiscing with my co-host, who him and I went to school together. And I was, I don't even know how we got on the subject, but I was like, I'll still never forget the day that I pulled into the school and I had a big 79 Bronco jacked up, with the big loud exhaust on it. Yeah, just hillbilly as hell. But I had a system in, and I pulled into the parking lot listening to Pac, and everybody was just like, "What the hell?" And I jumped out the truck, and I wore basically the same thing to school every day. It was my Wranglers, my boots, and a t-shirt. And I jumped out my truck, and it just like, Glick, what the hell are you listening to? I'm like, I listen to this. I listen to Pac all the time. What are you talking about, Ed? I said, yeah. But it was just the looks, and it's like, oh, am I not allowed? Like, what the.
It's crazy because, dude, believe it or not, like it was the opposite way for me. Like I would be like literally the only dude to pull up in the hood bumping Garth Brooks and Willie Nelson. And now I pull up and they're like, dude, cut that shit down. Like, what the fuck's wrong with you? I'm pulling up, bumping, roll me up and smoke me when I'm gone. And you know what I mean? They're like Snoop Dogg and Biggie. I'm like, man, listen to this.
Yeah, listen. And I had everything. I don't know how old you are. I'm old, as I'm reminded constantly. And we had the CD players, and we had the big folders with our CDs in them.
I remember those. I'm mid-30s. I'm mid-30s.
Okay, yeah, I'm in my early 40s, so and I had like three of these big bastards because I love music, and everything was by genre and alphabetized, a little OCD maybe, but it just what I was doing. Yeah. It's like, all right, I know I want to listen to rap today. I know my rap and R&B and Motown and everything is in this folder. Let me grab it. Whatever. I want to listen to rap.
He used to look like a big photo album in his car, like he was riding around with a big photo album.
Yeah. And you always put your like top 15 CDs in the visor.
Above the visor.
But yeah, it was funny because I was that guy, and I like I said, grew up in the middle of nowhere, out in the country. I'm a country bumpkin. I always will be. I love music, and there's artists out there that I grew up liking, and it just pull up to the bonfire and Nas or Snoop or Dre or and then of course Eminem come out and everybody's like, Eminem's the greatest rapper of all time, which I'm not going to argue, but it was like there's other artists before him, right? Like that came out. And I loved Outkast, especially their older stuff. Before they became quote unquote too commercialized. Some of their older stuff was, man, those guys were Big Boy and Andre were just sick. What the stuff that they would come up with.
Man, I tell everybody when I tell them that Andre 3000 is one of my favorite rappers, they're like, well, what about Jay-Z and what about Tupac? And I'm like, dude, listen to Andre 3000. Like, actually just listen to what he's saying.
Yeah.
If you think about the era that he was saying it, it's like, dude, he's way before his time.
Well, the South in general was doing some crazy stuff back in the mid-late 90s that, you had your West Coast and your East Coast rappers, and they were similar but different. But I don't think it wasn't until a few years later when the South finally started getting recognized, and some of the artists down there.
I tell people, like, I think, just my opinion, I think the South really blew up in the mid to late 90s when the East to West Coast beef was going on, because everybody was so focused on the beef, they weren't focused on music. And that's when, like, Cash Money, No Limit, all of them, like, snuck through the cracks. Like, all right, y'all want to worry about this? We're focused on music, so we're putting music. And I think that's how the South really got into it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Y'all keep killing each other. We're going to go ahead and...
Y'all focus on that. Like, we're putting this music out. We're going to slide in here.
Yeah, absolutely. So, the second part of that question I was going to ask you, with your style, of music with your genre, uh, has it been harder for you to really kind of bust through or to move forward and progress your career, or is it like, what the hell is this guy
Definitely.
doing? Let's bring him into the studio, you know?
It definitely is, man. I've actually sat down and had a couple meetings with a couple different labels, and it's like they love my music, but it's like, how do we market you? Where do we
Yeah,
market you? How do you? And I'm like, just put it out there. And I
yeah,
don't
just
know how to, like, I don't know how to say it to them or explain it to them, but I'm just like, put it out there, and people will gravitate to it if they like it. It's not because I say it's the difference between a rapper, a singer, and an artist.
mhm.
And not like, because a lot of rappers, a lot of singers, they don't write their own music. So it's like they're good singers, but they're not like a complete artist.
Yeah,
And I write my own music. I I do everything myself. Like I don't have a management. I don't have promotion team. I don't have social media. Nothing. Like I do everything myself. So it's like I feel like I sit in the artist chair to where I don't want to be classified as one thing. Like I don't want people to look at me as a rapper, or I don't want people to look at me as a
yeah.
country artist or a rock artist. I want people to look and be like, he's a great musician. You know what I mean?
No, exactly. You basically you want people to recognize you for your art. I mean, because it's
Exactly.
essentially what it is. Um, which I mean, the cool thing about it is, you get a Zay album, you throw it in, and you're going to get a little bit of everything. Maybe you're in the mood for a little rap. Yeah, maybe you're feeling
Exactly.
country today. Maybe you're feeling rock, and you're going to get, it's like it's like like an ice cream sundae. You get a little bit of everything, and it's all
Everything.
yeah,
It's like
or a
I tell
banana.
people, it's like a buffet. You could treat my
Yeah,
music like a buffet. It's like thing. I feel like it's always something there that somebody's gonna like, but you just have to take your picks and chooses.
oh yeah,
I don't
and
feel like every song is gonna be for everybody. I don't feel like every song is gonna be directed towards the rap community, or I don't feel like every song is gonna be directed towards the country community or the classic rock or southern rock community. I just feel like, hey, you're gonna have to pick your song and like it. You know,
yeah, just listen. Just shut
just
up and
listen.
listen.
Don't care. Just listen to it.
um, is it hard? Is it hard to stay true to yourself? Obviously, you're very country. You grew up in the country. You know, is it hard to stay when you're in this industry to stay true to yourself and be who you are authentically, or do you have too many people that are trying to be like, well, maybe you should dress and act like this, or maybe you should sound more like this, you know?
Not even my sound, but so many people. I've had a lot of people come and be like, "Hey, you need a stylist, or you need to wear this, or you need to wear this," and I'm like, "Dude, I'm wearing what I want to wear."
Yeah,
Like, if I want to wear cowboy boots one day, I'm wearing boots. If I want to wear Crocs the next day, I'm wearing my Crocs. Like I
just
don't care. I'm just, and I don't. I want the world to like my music, but I actually had a producer tell me in Nashville the other day. He looked at me. His name's Brandon. I ain't gonna say his whole name, but and he's a pretty well known producer. And he's like, dude, he's like, you're a threat to the industry. And I was like, why is that? And he was like, labels hate smart people that don't
mm,
fold.
yeah,
And I was like, so what? I was like, what does that mean? And he was like, I can just tell you don't fold. Like you do things your way. You're like, if you don't like it, okay, fuck it, don't listen to it. But I'm still
yeah,
gonna do it my way. You know what I mean? And that's how I've been. Like I've had people try to tell me, oh, you should do a song this way, or you should change it and do it that way. And even my engineer, he like when I'm recording, like I'm not the best singer in the world. I tell people that, but I love writing music, and I feel like once I do it my way, I get it my way. I figure out the notes and how I want to do it. It can be either a win or a lose, and it's like if they like it, they like it. If they don't, they don't. If they don't like it, it's not gonna change nothing about my life. I'm still in the same place. If they like it, I love it. Like I'm all for it.
No,
Just
that's awesome that you can stay true to yourself and you can be like, look, I'm not changing for you. I might shoot a video out in the woods in camouflage coveralls, overalls, and a hunting hat, and then maybe the next video I shoot, I'm gonna be riding a big ass motorcycle.
I had a guy tell me was going to do one of my videos, and he come out to the farm and he was like, "Man, you need to do a video somewhere else besides the farm." And I was like, "Why?" I was like, "This is where I'm at." 24 hours out of the day, I'm like, "This is where I'm at." Like I don't know.
Do you run a farm, or do you have a family farm, or are you?
I would say it's like an adopted family farm.
Oh no, okay. Hey man, I know all about that. I know all about that.
I've just been around them, and it kind of just, dude. I just kind of just fell into place. Like just being there, I started going out there, and I was going out there every day, and I was like, hey, look, I ain't got nothing to do today. Let me come out there. I'm gonna get on the horses or go out with the cows and go out and do. They got everything out there, and it's like now I've been out there so long, it's like home.
Growing up back home, there was a couple farmers in the area that we would work with, growing up, and we would help them on the farm and stuff like that, and so I totally get that. This is kind of like a second home, second family kind of deal. Some days I miss it, but then also I have to remind myself, you're 43 now. There, you're not built for farm work anymore. you should have taken care of yourself. Yeah,
I love it. It's like to me, I write a lot of music out there. Like you said, like the guys that wrote the music on the napkin, dude. I wrote Southern Charm literally sitting out at the lake one night, just sitting out there smoking and just in my own little world, and just put it out.
You were like your own little person, like your own little happy place, man.
Yep.
You can't go wrong with that.
No. Anything outside of
if I had more time, I would probably, if I had more time and I had the opportunity to own some land, I probably would spend a lot of time outside. Unfortunately, I'm stuck in a condo in the city for the time being. Eventually, I'll get back out to the country again and be like,
Yeah, I love it, man. I mean, I like animals. It's crazy. Like, I got a shirt that says "More dogs, less people."
Yeah, agreed.
Like, I don't know what it is. You can stick me around animals all day long, and I'm so much animals, kids, or old people.
Yep. I'm the same way.
I'm good. If you give me that mid range, just like, nope, they're gonna aggravate me at some point in time. I'm like, nope, I'm out.
You're gonna make me act the damn fool up here. No, I'm the same way, man. I like people like in their 20s and whatnot. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a grumpy old man. Maybe I'm the get off my lawn, you whippersnapper.
I say from 18 to about 35, I can't deal with them.
Yeah, man. I have a hard time. There's extended time with them, but yeah, man. I'm the same way with animals. And my fiance, she's like, and my daughters, they're like, we want cows and we want goats, and I'm like, we live in a condo. Where exactly are we? I mean, I'm down for it, but where are we going to put them at?
I tell Well, never mind. I'm not gonna say this online. Never mind. I tell one of my friends all the time I'm gonna have 40 acres and a mule. And she's like, "Don't say that." I'm like, why? I was like, that's what I'm entitled. I want it. I was like,
Yeah.
give me my 40 acres. Fuck the mule. Give me dogs. give me dogs and cows.
Yeah, I heard that. No, that's me. Give me dogs, man. That's what I always say. When I get a big chunk of property, I want three Tibetan Mastiffs, and I'm gonna they're not gonna have names. I'm just gonna call them collectively the Hellhounds or Hounds of Hell, and they're just gonna walk the property because they're as big as a freaking bear. I'm just gonna let them walk the property just because I don't want nobody to mess with me.
It's so crazy. You said that's what I tell her. I'm like, I want 4 mastiffs and 3 big old XL pits. I want 7 dogs all together.
Oh yeah. I imagine we'll have a whole mess of dogs if we ever have property between my fiance and I, and God forbid the kids never leave. But
I tell her 2 dogs for every acre.
hey man, I can get down with that. I can agree with that. However, my goal is to hit the lottery, and I want to buy about 500 acres. I might get overrun with dogs if I have 2 dogs per acre.
That's a lot of dogs. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm the same way, man. And I love talking, man. I love talking to the older generation. When I was down in Charleston, I used to work for Orchid Pest Control, and I had 3 or 4 nursing homes on my route. Typically, I could go in and knock those nursing homes out in about 2 hours or whatever, but I would block out my whole day per nursing home because I knew I was going to go in there and I was going to get to chatting with the residents. I was going to get to bullshitting. And some of them, man, it's sad because their families just throw them in there and forget about them. Dude, and that's like, yeah, man, it's like the nurses are like, this is the highlight of their month. When the Orkin guy comes through and you spend the day hanging out with everybody, you eat breakfast with them, you eat lunch with them, and then you just chit chat. They love that. And I loved it. I think it was better for me than anything else. I absolutely loved it. Looked forward to it. Get to hear all the stories of, growing up on the farms or, the veterans and to hear their stories, or especially like in the Charleston area, because you hear somebody that, they're 3rd generation Charlestonian or whatever, their grandfather came over from England and
it's the best thing.
Still has the house or the property or whatever. And it's just wild to hear those stories for me because I'm a history nerd. So it's like I got living history right here in front of me.
Yep, that's how I am. Same way. It's funny you said you done pest control. I done pest control when I first moved out to the beach.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Hey, it's I'm a construction guy by trade. I've been doing construction or building maintenance for close to 30 years now. But when I was down in Charleston, it blew my mind the amount of companies that turned me away because I was overqualified. And I'm like, yeah, what the hell does that even mean?
Yeah. You get that a lot.
Yeah, and I just took a job just to have a job. I had a family. I was married at the time, and I had 2 little girls, and it was like I can't not work. And the working guy happened to come through one day, and he was like, "Hey, we're looking for people if you're interested." Told me what the pay was, and I was like, "I can get down with that." Didn't know the first thing about pest control. Didn't know the first damn thing, but I got hired on, and I was there for the next 9.5 years, whatever, that I was down there, and I loved it. The money was great. Some of the shit that we see as pest control people is not the greatest environments in the world, but
do pest control at the beach.
Oh no, yeah. Well, I took my service area was downtown Charleston, Mount Pleasant, and then like a couple of the islands and the outer line, like suburbs of Charleston, like West Ashley, whatnot. So yeah, it was I'm downtown, and I did residential / commercial. So it was like,
dude, I never heard of bed bugs before in my life until I moved to the beach area.
Yeah, it's
and I
wild.
was like, holy shit, what is this?
I was the type of guy that we had some, I can't remember what it's called for the life of me, but it was that Insta-Kill aerosol. If I did bed bug services or cockroach services, as soon as I walked out, man, from the waist down, I was spraying everything.
You see this thing right here? So now, just because I done pest control at the beach and seen bed bugs,
yep.
Any hotel, I'm in a hotel now. I'm in Nashville. I got a show tomorrow night here.
Nice.
But any hotel I go to, dude, I'm like Inspector Gadget. I'm like under the mattresses, up under the sheets.
I don't know how long ago it's been since you've done pest control. That is something that'll never leave you. I do it, and it's crazy because I never did it before.
I never have. And now I'm like, I need my flashlight. I'm like, where's my flashlight? They're like, what? I'm like, look in the creases. I'm like, look up under the creases of the
bed. There's a lot of times that some hotels, man, they just got that look. I don't even take my suitcase in until I go in and give it a thorough look through. I'm like,
I bring everything in. I sit everything behind the door and inspect the room before I put anything out.
Yep, and that's something that'll never go away. From the first time I did a bed bug job, all the way up till now, man. I'm like, it might not be super thorough because I you can see signs pretty quick, but I'm looking, I'm checking. I know the hot spots to look at because I'm like, you little motherfuckers aren't getting me.
Dude, I am scarred for life. Like I'm scarred. The first time I went into a house and seen like what like a bed bug infestation looked like, oh, I was scarred. I'm like, oh no, I'm good. I'm like, no. I'm like, no, I'm good.
Yeah, no. Or you go into a house and they're like, yeah, I mean, we just started seeing cockroaches. There was only like 1 or 2 of them. And you open a cabinet and there's like 8,000 in the cabinet.
That's when you turn around and give them that look like, you got like fucking right.
Or as they're telling you, you're watching a picture frame on the wall move because there's so many cockroaches behind it. It's like, really? Tell me more, please. It's my first day on the job.
You look at one, you thinking the hair is moving, but it's a damn roach moving on the picture. Like, no, I'm good.
We're gonna go ahead and gallon of gasoline and a match. We're gonna take care of these cockroaches.
It's crazy, bro. Cause you see some people with bed bugs, and it's like you really didn't know they were there, and they're like, "No, I didn't," and I'm like, "How? Like, how? This is not pepper in your bed. Like, how do you not see this?"
You know, bed bugs are nocturnal. When you walk into a room and turn the lights on, and it's the middle of the day, and you can just see them crawling on the ceiling, and it's like, come on now, come on.
They're not like roaches. They don't run when you cut the lights on. They're kind of slow. They're still gonna be there. Like, how do you not see these things?
Give me the heebie-jeebies, man. You're gonna crawl like your legs You're like, God damn it! I thought we were going to talk about my music. Now we're talking about bed bugs at the hotel.
Dude, it messes me up. Now I'm looking around like I need to inspect the room one more time.
Can I get one of those Amazon 2-hour deliveries? I need some bed bug treatment.
Yeah, some hotels, I'm like, nope, can't do it. It's like, I'm doing so much traveling. I'm all over the place. I had to bring my light with me. I got to make sure.
You gotta have that flashlight. You got the black light on it? Well, actually, don't turn the black light on in a hotel.
It's got the black light and everything on. It's got like 6 different lights on there. It's got a red light, the black light. It's got the white light.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm be able to find anything, blood stains, whatever stains I need to look for.
Finding everything up in here. I'm writing a full report when I leave tomorrow night.
Bro, it's so crazy. I tell people all the time, and I'm like, listen, I don't want to mess up your stay at a hotel. I was like, but if you keep a black light with you and go in the hotel and put it on the sheets and look around shit before you'll think twice about where you're staying at. Like $60 a night sounds so much worse than 120 to go in there and see clean sheets.
Yeah.
I'm like, it sounds so much better.
when I first started working at Orkin, the first hotel I went to ruined me. I'm like, I can't stay in these.
Dude,
I can't stay anymore.
When I seen what a black light does, I was like, ooh. I thought about all them times as a teenager crashing in hotels and just hotel parties and sleeping on shit. I'm like, ooh. I was like, holy shit.
How we survived.
Exactly. I'm like, dude.
No,
if I would have known now, then,
I've been a lot of times I spent out in my truck. Yeah.
I'd have been at home a lot of the time.
Yeah. Can we just party at my house tonight? I know my shit's clean.
Yep, I know
where the fluid came from if there is fluid on my sheet.
I know where it came from, at least. At least I know where the fuck it came from.
Yeah, right. I know nobody was murdered in here. I know that, like, black light on the wall. There's just this massive stain up the wall. Like, yeah, no, man. Yeah, man.
You see this big old stain in your brain. My brain automatically goes to like, I wonder what they look like, or I wonder what they were like. I'm like, I'm trying to imagine the people.
Yes, I'm the same way. Like, man, are these like Jerry Springer guests, or like who? I'm the same way. I start envisioning in my head. Like,
I wonder what the people look like. Like, how are they? Are we talking like
worst case scenario? It's never a good scenario.
Yeah, it don't work out the best.
No. Yeah, working in pest control ruined me when it comes to. I tease my fiance because she's originally from PA and I'm here in Ohio, and then we bounce back and forth. And
that's where the old lady's from, PA.
Oh yeah, yours?
Yep.
Oh yeah, which part?
I want to say Allentown.
Okay. I think
I'm not sure, but I think it's Allentown.
Okay, yeah. Mine's on the east. She's like right across the border from Ohio on the east. She grew up about 45 minutes-ish, 30, 45 minutes outside of Pittsburgh.
Babe, if you're listening, I promise I'll pay attention. It's not that I don't.
I only know. I still can't figure my way around her. She's from a real small town. I still can't figure my way around that area. And we go up once a month or once every couple months. I'm like, you gotta drive because I don't know where the hell I'm going at this point. I still don't know. I mean, I got GPS everything.
I use GPS. I lived at the beach for 2.5 years now. I know how to get to Walmart. I know how to get to Planet Fitness, even though I don't ever go.
How long you been paying for that membership that you don't use?
Fucking 3 years, and I've probably been there 4 times.
I've been paying for mine for about 5 years, and out of that 5 years, I think I had a solid, good 2-year run where I was going like every night. Now I'm just to pay for it. Yeah.
I go for the massage chairs.
Yeah, that's what I go for. You got the hydro massage chair? You got the hydro? Yeah.
I go for the massage chairs. They're like, oh, I'm going to work out. I go sit in the massage chair for an hour and cut some music on and write a song.
I'll actually, if I go to the gym, I'll work out. But I'm also when I'm done, I'm getting in that massage chair, and I'm going to sit there for a good half hour, 45 minutes, and I'm going to work on podcast stuff. I'll be like, all right, let me do some promo stuff for for tonight's show. Let me do some promo stuff for this. Let me prep some shit here. Let me prep some shit there. But yeah, I'll actually work out. But hey, I'm gonna spend more time in that chair than I do working out.
I definitely don't. It's so funny because people look at me, they're like, "Oh, you work out," and I'm looking around like, "Are you talking to me? Like, who are you?" Like, yeah, I live Bud Light and Coors Light cans, 23 hours out of the day.
Yeah,
that's my workout. But I don't know. It's boring, dude. When I was locked up and I was in prison, I guess I had nothing else to do. I like jogging.
Oh shit!
Like I like to jog and listen to music. But the working out, I'm just like, bro, it's just, I just don't get it. Like, some people go to the gym 3 times a day, and I'm like, you just bored. Like, you don't have nothing going on. You're just bored. That's all it is.
When
like,
I was in high school, I used to be that guy. I would go about an hour to 2 hours before school started. I would go to the gym, and then at the I especially like my senior year, I was working 2 jobs, going to school, and my senior year, I moved out of my house like 3 weeks after I started my senior year. I moved into my own place, so I would be like up at 4 o'clock in the morning to go to the gym, go work out, go work all day, not get off work until like 7, 8 o'clock at night, between school and 2 jobs, and then go to the gym and then come home.
No.
And then it was like, as I got older, like I said, when I was down in Charleston, I went through a phase where I was going to the gym pretty solid, but I was only going in the evenings after work, 5 days a week. And then when I came home to Ohio, I had a good run for a good solid year, maybe a year and a half, where I was in the gym 6 days a week, after work. But now it's just like, I mean, I can go to the gym, or I can play Call of Duty, or right now I have 4 different podcasts on this network. So
yeah,
this is actually my Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, my fifth show in a row since last Friday. So
yeah.
And I have one more, and all the shows are different, so everything's different. And I have one more tomorrow before I get to take a break until Saturday. I'm like, Wednesday, I'll fast it up.
I'll actually be in Ohio August, I think it's the 16th.
Oh, yeah? You know where you're at?
The music hall up there.
Music hall.
I got to look and see. I want to say it's Portsmouth, the music hall up there. I got a show with Gorilla Zoe. I'm actually opening up for Gorilla Zoe.
Nice.
I'll be, and actually the 16th, the 10th I'll be there. The 16th I'll be in Asheville, and the 17th I'll be in Charleston at the Purple Buffalo.
Damn, you're all over. Oh, Purple Buffalo. That's a new one.
Yep, I'll be at the Purple Buffalo in Charleston on the 17th.
Let's see if of course, he doesn't have anything on his social media about it. Yeah, what is Portsmouth from me? How far away is that? Okay, yeah, that's down. Oh, that's down. That's right. Yeah, that's right down there on the border. Oh, that's almost Tri-Point. There's an area down in that area, not close, but there's an area down there where you can stand and you'll be in Ohio, Kentucky, and West Virginia all at the same time.
Oh, damn. It's crazy. I think I've seen a movie about that.
They might have talked about it.
I want to say Hillary, what's her name? Hillary Duff. She was in the movie. Yeah, like she stood and she said she could stand in 3 states at one time. She could be in 3 states at one time or something like that, or 2 states.
Yeah,
or something like that.
It's crazy because a lot of people down there, the neighborhoods, like you could literally, depending upon how your neighborhood's sectioned off, have somebody right next door to you that technically has a West Virginia address as opposed to an Ohio address or some shit.
That's crazy.
It's wild, but yeah, no, I mean that's so. Are you finding yourself? You said earlier that you're on the road a lot. Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Honestly, man, I feel a lot of the times I ask myself every day what I'm doing because I feel like I'm running in circles, you know. But to other people, like I guess it's because I'm not on the outside looking in. I'm on the inside looking out.
Mm-hmm.
And people on the outside looking in, they're like, "Oh man, you're right there. Like, you're doing this, you're doing that." And it's like at the same time, me doing it on my own, I feel like I'm spinning in circles because I feel like there's so much more I could be doing that I don't have the hours in the day to do that I try to do on my own. But I mean, hopefully one day it's gonna pay off. I hope it all does, but it's a rough.
You just keep doing what you're doing, man, and I feel you on that because we started doing the podcast thing about 3 years ago, and it was just one show, and we were doing it 3 nights a week. And I do everything with it. I do all the social media. I get a little bit of help from time to time, but I do all the social media, all the promotions, all the. I carry the shows. I come up with ideas, and then we started wanting to dabble into the. It's with anything you do, and I'm sure you've gone through it. You grow and you evolve, and in most cases that's good. And we started doing that, and then I created the network and was like, I don't want to do the same show we do on Wednesday and Saturday on Monday. I actually had an idea of something that I've wanted to do for a while, and I want to do a men's mental health show. So now Mondays we do a men's mental health show, Men Care for Men. And then Wednesdays it was like we played around with a couple different things and blah blah blah, and it was like, all right, just a couple months ago I was like, I want to do something and have fun with the news because there's a lot of crazy news stories out there, like Florida man or whatever, just dumb criminals or and I was like, let's do like what the fuck news. And then there was that you go through your trial and your errors trying to perfect it and get it honed in. And we kept Saturday nights on. Saturday nights is an absolute anarchy. It's almost like the guards left Arkham and just opened up the doors and told the Joker and the inmates to just do whatever they wanted for the weekend. That's what Saturday night is like. And then we do a thing we call it the Open Door Challenge, where we put the link in the chat, and anybody who clicks that link can come up on the show with us.
Oh,
so
yeah.
You add that extra element of chaos because you never know what you're going to get.
You don't know what you're expecting.
And we've added shows and we've lost shows. We've lost a couple different shows and different members of the network, and we're still constantly playing around. But a lot of that work and falls on me. So I feel that on like sometimes I just feel like I'm a dog in the backyard chasing my tail. There really is no. You don't win or lose. You just keep doing the same thing over and over again. But I keep having that hope and holding out that one day, eventually, it's going to pay off. Yeah, all the hard work will pay off, and then I can quit my job and do this full time.
It is rough, man. Like one of my buddies, I got 2 buddies that grew up in North Carolina. They're from North Carolina. Like once I got into the music scene, the country rap, whatever scene you want to call it, like we kind of hit it off and became buddies. And both of them had signed like big record deals. And they keep telling me like, dude, you're next. I'm like, you're next. They're like, you're next. And I'm like, Well, bring it on. Like I'm tired of waiting, but I feel like it's all on timing. You know,
Everything happens when it's meant to happen. At the end of the day.
Yeah. I keep being patient. Hopefully, it don't run out.
That's all we can do, man. And you know, I tell people all the time, it's like it don't matter to me if I've got. We do the shows live more for ourselves than anything else. We could easily sit down and pre-record all the shows.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's boring to me. And I tell people all the time, it doesn't matter if we've got nobody watching us or if we've got a million people watching us. You're going to get the same show regardless. You're going to get the same person, the same style regardless. We're not changing. So, you know, it's just a matter of that right place, right time, the right ear, the right eyes to see what you're doing. And then next thing you know, that perfect contract is right in front of your face, and they're not, telling you, oh, well, you can't dress like this, you can't sing like that, you got to do it this way, and you got to dress this way, otherwise we're not signing you. Somebody's going to sign you for who you are. So sometimes it takes longer than we would like it to. But I do want to I want to take a real quick break. I do want to play one of your songs here. This is the one that this is the one that caught my attention, and again, it was that scroll motion. I was like, "Ooh, what was that?" And I had to scroll back up and find it. And I was like, "All right." And as soon as I just that little 1 minute clip or whatever on Instagram, I'm instantly on YouTube because I want to hear the full song. And then it's like, "Oh, let me check out this song." Let me check out this song, and then I was in a rabbit hole of Zay's music.
Like it, man.
We'll take a real quick little couple-minute break and play a little Southern Charm here. We'll be back here in just a few minutes.
There you go. I'm going to cry.
Yep.
On the track.
It's in my walk, yeah. There's something about it in my talk, yeah. They don't know it, but they like it. It's that southern boy charm with that country boy twang. My walk, my talk, my buckle all the way to my boots. Yes, ma'am, no, sir, when they talking to you. Work hard all day to party Friday night. Oh, Lord, he's a country boy. My cut off flannel, North Carolina to Arizona. I say my prayers and I love my mama, and now they singing. Oh Lord, he's a country boy. I'm a country boy, I came up for some fighting. My grandpa taught me wrong from right, that's how I live my life. I'm a jack of all trades, but the master of none. I be up before the chickens, conquer doodle for the sun. This that Carolina country boy, I bet I get her done. When they said I couldn't make it, I said hold up, watch your tongue. I be up before the chickens, conquer doodle for the sun. This that Carolina country boy, I bet I get her done. It's in my walk, yeah. There's something about it in my talk, yeah. They don't know it, but they like it. It's that southern boy charm with that country boy twang. My walk, my talk, my buckle all the way to my boots. Yes, ma'am, no, sir, when they talking to you. Work hard all day to party Friday night. Oh, Lord, he's a country boy. My cut off flannel, North Carolina to Arizona. I say my prayers and I love my mama, and now they singing. Oh Lord, he's a country boy. I'm a country boy, I come up out the holler. Raised on fish and grits and I work hard for $1, yeah. Sunday morning catching prayers on the water. My mama say I need to be in church at the altar, but not right now, mama. I'm chasing my dreams, I can see bigger things, yeah. They like the way that this country boy is singing his song, and now they about to sing along. It's in my walk, yeah. There's something about it in my talk, yeah. They don't know it, but they like it. It's that southern boy charm with that country boy twang. My walk, my talk, my buckle all the way to my boots. Yes, ma'am, no, sir, when they talking to you. Work hard all day party Friday night. Oh Lord, he's a country boy. My cut off flannel, North Carolina to Arizona. I say my prayers and I love my mama, and now they singing. Oh Lord, he's a country boy.
Oh, Zay Grastley with Southern Charm. I love that song. That's a great fucking song right there.
Appreciate it, man.
That was the one that caught my ear, man. And I was like, and it's funny because this is my mindset. I go into, and I'm gonna shoot this artist a message. There's no way in hell they're gonna message me back. They're not even gonna see it. And then it's like every time somebody messages me back, it's like, "Ooh, kid on Christmas morning." But that's just a mindset I always go into. Welcome back to Glick's House of Music, everybody. I am Glick, and we're hanging out with Zay. We're having a good time shooting the shit and getting to know him and all that. Now I'm going to ask this, and again, feel free to tell me to shut the hell up, but you kind of glossed past it. Glossed past it. You said you spent some time in prison.
Yep.
Was it a extended time? And
Was it what?
Was it an extended period? And you again, you can tell me to shut the fuck up. You can say as much as you want. I'm not going to pry too much, and I'm not going to force you to say what you don't want to say.
Dude, I'm an open book. No, I actually, I done 14 years, 10 months in prison.
10 months ago?
14 years, 10 months.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Dang, go.
I went to prison when I was 19. I got out when I was 34. Right before I got out a week before I turned 35.
Oh, wow.
And a lot of people, they always ask me, they was like, and it's weird because some people hear my music and they're like, dude, where did you come from? Like, your music just popped up and this and that. And it's like I'm like a newborn child in the music game, and it's like, actually, like, I've been here, but I've kind of been on hold for a while.
Put on pause.
Yeah, I've been on pause for a little bit, but I've been home a couple years now, and like I said, dude, 2020, I was doing construction work, I was doing pest control, and just a lot of people kept asking me. They was like, dude, why aren't you doing music no more? Why aren't you doing music? And to me, it was like, at 37, it's like, man, nobody wants to hear my music. You know what I mean? Like, they're not going to listen to it. And I guess it was just me being in that time capsule. I didn't really understand it, but I was, it's not going, you know what I mean? Like, I can't really put what I want to put into it because it's not going to go nowhere.
Yeah.
But I think it took just a lot of people asking me over and over. And then it was like I said, Campfire Cologne was the first, I would say, country rap song that I wrote. And it was actually, I was going to the studio and it was supposed to be an R&B song.
Mm-hmm.
And I wrote it, and the guy, the engineer in Charlotte, listened to it, and he was like, dude, this is a country song. And I was like, nah, it's R&B. And he was like, I know in your mind. He was like, but with you singing it, he's like, dude, you're country as fuck. He's like, it's a country song.
Yeah.
and I think that's what made me look at it that way, because before then, anytime I put out music, I was like, oh, here's a new rap song, or here's a rap. And it's just, I guess that's just what I called it, Just like, oh, here's another rap song. But with Campfire Cologne, I think that was my turning point, where it was like, okay, I'm just gonna focus, since I done what I wanted to do and people like it. They like that more than my rap. I'm like, I'm just gonna make the music I want to make.
Yeah, not exactly. I like Campfire Cologne and Through It All, man. Those are those are both two really. And the video for Through It All, man, it kind of took me for. It kind of threw me for a little bit of a loop. I was like, my man's really going through this shit right now.
Yeah, man. That was and I tell a lot of people, my brother, he passed away in 2009, but before I went to prison, like, I'm a tattoo artist. So that's what I do. Like, I tattoo, I travel around tattooing, and that's what kind of helps me keep going. And I worked in some big shops. Just, you know what I mean? Just from... And that's why I say I'm an artist, because I paint, I tattoo, like anything with, you get me to work on a car, you're shit out of luck. I'm sorry. It ain't going to work right.
I could build you a house. I could build you a house from the ground up. I'm talking from the basement all the way to the roof, everything in between. But I'm lucky I can put gas in a damn
dude, I'm right
car
there with
at the end of the day.
I know how to put air in the tires. I can change. Wait a minute. I was about to say I could change the oil, but I was lying. I could change the tires.
I don't change the oil in these cars.
Yeah, I can't change the oil. I could change the tires and put gas in the motherfucker.
Oh yeah, I could change tires. I could put gas in it. I don't change the oil in these new cars, man. With all the computers and all the goofy shit inside of them, it's not like my old trucks that I used to have. We could climb up underneath there, pull the pin out, swap out the oil filter quick, easy, in and out of there in 10 minutes. Man, with these new cars and shit, man, I'll just go pay the $100 for somebody to do it for me.
Even my motorcycles, dude, like, they're like, bro, everybody, like, when I'm at the beach riding, they're like, dude, do you do this? And I'm like, I know nothing about this motherfucker, about how to crank it up, get it going, cut the music on, and make it look good. Anything outside of that,
I bought it this way.
Yeah, I bought it this way. I'm like, I don't know none of that.
I'm the same way, man. I'm just like, fuck it. I see a truck I like. I'm like, damn, man, I want to get that truck. There's somebody, I had in high school, and a couple years out of high school, I had this big ass lifted Ford Bronco. Man, it was big old monster tires on it, lifted. It had a big old engine in it. And people would ask, I was like, I don't know. I bought it, and then a guy owed me money, and he didn't have the money, but he had a brand new engine, and all my buddies were like, it's a good engine. It was a 351 modified, and they were like, we can put it in your truck. And then I had a friend that worked at the 4x4 shop, and the truck already had a lift on it. And he was like, dude, I can get you a hell of a deal on a lift kit, tires, and everything. And I'm like, hey. And my buddies were like, man, we could do that for you. And we could do that in a weekend at the shop. We just buy beer and cook out all weekend. I'm like, all right, I'm in. People would ask, and I'm like, oh, I can tell you how much it costs.
I can tell you how much it costs. Can't tell you what's all on it.
I mean, the only reason I knew what engine was in it was because somebody had to keep reminding me.
Yep. People are like that. They see my truck and they're like, oh man, I got mud tires, it's lifted and everything. And I'm like, dude, I don't know. I was like, I can tell you how much I paid for it. Like, I don't know exactly what everything is, but it looks good. I don't know nothing about it.
Yeah, my buddy Jeff makes fun of me. He has a car show on here on the network. I'm like, dude, you start talking about cars and it all sounds like Chinese to me. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. And he gets so flustered with me because I'm like, I just see something that looks nice, and I'm like, I want to get that.
I like it.
What's up? How you doing? Yeah, I like it. I like the way it looks. I don't know. After that, I can tell you what color it is. It's blue.
Yep, exactly.
But yeah, no, I'm out after that. But to kind of touch on what you said, when you got out, you're like, man, I'm in my 30s. I felt the same way when I started doing this podcast and stuff. I'm like, I'm fucking 40. What the hell am I doing podcasts? Nobody wants to listen to my old ass, or nobody's going to enjoy what we're doing. And it took a couple friends to really, and ultimately the turning point was my co-host, who's been with me from the beginning, my co-creator. Him and I have been friends since we were 15. we would talk on the phone every day because that's normal for guys to do, talk on the phone every day for 2, 3, 4 hours at a time. But we would. And I'm like, man, I've been thinking about doing this podcast thing. And we're already talking and bullshitting. He lives in Cancun, so he's been down there pretty much since we graduated. So it's like, you want to do a podcast with me? He was like, hell yeah, let's fucking do it. So I mean, that was that turning page for me, where it's like, I guess this is what we're doing, and we've been doing it ever since. But yeah, I had to shake that feeling. I'm 40 now. I'm 43. I've been doing this for 3 years. Some damn reason, people listen, and people watch the replays and tune in on certain nights, and when I decide to throw a curveball at it, and change the game up a little bit, there's people who are like, hell yeah, it's about time you're doing this. About time you're doing a mental health show, you jackass.
It's funny you said that, because I text one of my buddies that lives up in Utah the other day, and I seen a meme on Instagram, and it was like, men have homeboys, men have buddies, men have bros, men have dogs, men have this, but they don't. It's like men have nobody to check on their mental health because everybody's too manly. It said everybody's too manly. Most men are too manly to check on another man's mental health or something like that.
Yeah. Nah, one of the biggest voices yelling at me to do the men's mental health show right there. It took you long.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, and it really is. And that's what it boils down to. I mean, we're just real guys having real conversations, and we're not experts. We don't claim to be experts, and we speak a lot on personal experiences. We share our personal stories. So I mean, it not only that, but you get to see guys in a different light, because you don't always see us as being vulnerable creatures or anything like that. It's like, I'm a big tough guy. I wish somebody would step to me in the bar so I can knock them out.
Exactly.
I grew out of that phase years ago. Now it's like I'm too old to be fighting. But we've got and we've got a new generation of I've got a son, and I don't want him to grow up like I did. We get to break the cycle. We're the fortunate ones.
The last time I hit somebody and my hand hurt for like 3 weeks after that, I was like, you know what? I don't think that is in my element anymore. I think I'm past that point.
Yeah. Now I'm at the point where I'm not gonna hit you. I'm gonna grab you up. I'm gonna wrap you up. I might shake the hell out of you, but I work with my hands. I can't punch somebody in the face and then my hand all busted.
I tell one of my buddies, my producer, Aries, he always laughs. He's like, dude, you're funny as hell. And I was like, dude, I can't fuck my hands up. I was like, I write music and I tattoo. I was like, I'm going to tase the hell out of them, or I'm just going to tell them they win and let me go to hell home, because I ain't got time for this.
Let me buy you a drink. I ain't got time for this.
Like, listen, if you're not trying to get tased, let's just go our separate ways.
Yeah.
Like, let's just go our separate ways, because I'm really not trying to shoot you, kill you, or nothing like that. So yeah, we can go separate ways.
I'm trying to have a good time. I'm not trying to end up in the back of a police car or in the back of an ambulance or anything like that.
And I told the lady in Atlanta, Tampa Mystic, that I had done the interview with. She was saying like my music is positive and stuff like that. And one of the reasons I was telling her is that, growing up, you hear so much music, and it's like, I guess now getting older, you understand. It's like, okay, do I want to go in a club and listen to like killer suicide music for 3-4 hours, or do I want to go in here and just party and have a good time and drink?
Yeah.
Because like now, and I don't try to knock anybody's music or down it, but it's like, how can you go to the club and have a good time when you're listening to 5 hours of I'm about to shoot motherfucker, and you know what I mean? It's like It's like, how do you're it's like you're getting brainwashed for the last 4 hours, and then you go out there and somebody bumps into you, and it's like, let me be the biggest man I can be when it's not that serious.
Yeah, it's game on, and I've said that a lot, and that's one of the cool things that excuse me, a lot of the artists I've had on here is they don't do that style of music, man. It's good music. It's good to listen to. It's fun to listen to, and again, I don't know. Maybe I'm just old. I don't want to hear all the violence and and I don't want to go to a club and listen to I'm gonna fuck this bitch for 5 hours either. Like, yeah, okay, we get it. You got a little dick and you're still a virgin, so you write these dirty ass songs.
The first time I heard that, and not to knock nobody's music, I keep saying that, but the first time I heard the Sexy Red Chick, the Booty Hole song, I was like, you got to be fucking kidding me. I was like, who the fuck gave her the green light to get a record deal? I was like, you got to be fucking kidding me. I was like, do I have to go sing about my asshole to make $1 million? Like,
yeah.
I'm like, if that's what it takes, just tell me. I got you all day long.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's just like, how the hell are you so damn famous? I mean, it's like that.
Every time I see her, I think that. Dude, every time I see her, I think that. I'm like, how?
Yeah, how? There's a lot of art. There's artists out there like again, to each their own. Like you said, I'm not shitting on an artist. I'm just not a fan. I'm not a fan of Cardi B. I used to love
either. I wasn't big on Nicki Minaj, even though a lot of people like Nicki. I'm just like Nicki Minaj. I feel like is a good lyricist, but at the same time, I feel like it don't balance out.
Well, she was so good when she first came out. Her older stuff, and she's actually got a really good singing voice on her too. But then she just lost her mind and went crazy, and she was like, I got to keep up with all these other, quote unquote hood rats and strippers and prostitutes that are getting all these $1 million rap contracts. And it's like, no, Nikki, just be Nikki. Like, what are you doing?
Nikki, and I'm like, shit. I don't know what it takes to make the $1 million, but obviously I'm not down for it.
Hey, yeah, let me know. I mean, do y'all need to have a picture of my asshole floating around on the internet so I can make $1 million?
My buddy told me, he's like, man, you got to go to a Diddy party. I was like, oh well. I was like, I've never been hugged from the back, so I don't know if I like that much. I don't know how that would go. So I don't know.
I'm gonna have to. Hard pass. I don't.
You know what? Give me the tar, the concrete. Give me the bricks back. Like, just, I don't know if I could do that.
No, I'm good. Hey, I'll do a lot of things, to get famous and whatnot. But
Yeah, I don't know about that. Like, we've always hugged people from the front. I don't know about hugging from the back. I don't know about that hug. That seems kind of.
The only people that should ever try to hug me from the back is, my kids run up from behind me, or my significant other. I don't want some random dude just walking up on me and being like, "Hey."
My son is 16. His age limit is passed. After 10, ain't no more running up. You're gonna run your ass around to the front. We not running.
No.
You gonna take them extra 3 steps and come on around to the front of me,
or say something so I can turn around. Yeah, no, I got a 19-year-old, a 15-year-old, and my son just turned 11, so it's like, You know, little side. My girls are generally side huggers, anyways. You know,
Yeah.
I've reached that stage with my daughters where it's just like, yeah, we're gonna give you a little, like, yeah, I got buddies that give me better hugs than that. Like,
Dude, my daughter now, she's 18. She's about to be 19, and it's hell. It's like, who are you this week?
I know, right?
When Monday comes around, it's like, who do I get this week?
Yeah. And it's been like that. And it's been like that since they hit 13. They became a teenager.
I was just about to say 13. Just about to say 13. It's been like that since 13.
And it's not even a weekly thing. It's like a daily thing in my house. Like, I watch them come down the stairs from their bedroom trying to figure out which version of this creature is coming down from the.
Yep. It's like now I look and I'm like, is she speaking today? Is she mad? Oh, like it's like I have to ask myself 21 questions before I say, "Hey, good morning." It's like,
right. You're like my oldest daughter, and I hate it when she does it because she swears like a sailor, and I hate it. It makes me cringe every time. But she'll come in from work, and it was like, "Hey, how is your?" And I don't even get that out. These motherfuckers thinking that I'm gonna do. I'm like, okay, but I'm also an asshole, so I like to poke the bear because clearly I haven't learned yet.
I'm the same way. She'll say something and she gets the cuss, and I'm like, "Why do you cuss so much?" And she's like, "What?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry."
Yeah.
I was like, "I'm sorry."
It's like
you're yourself.
Sometimes I want to record her and then play it back and be like, "Do you see how silly you look right now?"
but to me, if I do that in my head, I feel like I'm just gonna be hearing a female version of me. That's why I was like, it's literally just a female version of me.
Yeah, that's the big problem right there. Is that I got two female versions of me. One is one side of me, which is the animated, loud, just out there, and the other side is my quiet. And my one daughter is very loud, very animated. Of course, she can't fight her way out of a paper bag, and I have to remind her constantly, you better stop running your mouth to people because you're going to write a check that ass can't cash. Somebody's going to punch you in the mouth one day. And then my other daughter is the scary, quiet, probably got 6 bodies in the basement already version of me. And it's like, that's the one that scares me. My middle daughter is the one that scares me. My oldest daughter, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna fuck with you relentlessly because it's fun, and you really have no threat to me. My son, he's the happiest kid on the planet, man. He does his own thing, lives in his own world most days, and it's funny seeing their different personalities. However, I hope that as he gets older, he never loses that side of him. But my girls, it's like, do we got Jekyll or Hyde coming down the stairs today? Who's greeting us with presents?
Yeah, my son is, dude. Long as he can sit in the room, play the game, he's cool.
Yep,
he's cool. My daughter, she's the one I worry about.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, long as he's got some Harry Potter or VR, PlayStation, he's good.
Yeah.
Daughter,
my son is his video games, wrestling, YouTube. Or if he can just go outside. There's a lot of days where he just walks through and I'm going outside. All right, we'll see you after it gets dark. Then there's other days where he rolls around on the living room floor and I'm bored. I'm like, bro, you got an Xbox, a TV, a cell phone, all in your room. I had a radio in my bedroom.
Mine, as long as he's got Wi-Fi, he's fine.
Yeah.
Dude, he's good.
Wi-Fi is
Sometimes
good.
I get nervous and I'm like, "Hey, you all right? Like, what's up? You want to talk to me?" He's like, "No, leave me alone. I'm good."
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I ain't talked to you in like 2 days. Like, I'm just trying to make sure you good, dude.
Yeah, make sure you're good. It's very
Like, I
seldom that.
almost forgot you was here. Like, I just
Yeah,
want to make sure I seen you walk in the kitchen. I remembered you was here. Like, are you good?
well, that was like last night here at the house. My son, he's very animated. He's a character. He just randomly pops up with some random ass shit to say, some goofy ass shit, or does some goofy ass shit. But he had been real quiet for a hot minute,
Mhm.
and I got up and I was like, I gotta go to the restroom. Let me poke my head in his room because he's been too quiet for too long, which means one of two things: A, he's up to something, or B, he's asleep. I poked my
Yeah.
head in. He was sound ass asleep on his bed. I was like, all right, let me turn the light off. So I flipped the light off, and of course, then he woke up. And I told him, I said, hey man, take your glasses off, go to bed. I was just checking on you. I want to make sure you're all right. He's like, no, I just fell asleep. We tease him now because he's turned 11, and we
Yeah.
call him Grandpa because he's like, I gotta take naps to get through the day, and I was like, stay up all damn night.
Like, I need a nap. Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, you're 11. Calm down. Stop staying up all night long. They're on summer break right now, so he's A
Mhm.
couple nights ago, my oldest daughter came downstairs, and I guess he was sitting on the couch at 1:30 in the morning eating hot dogs. and
Wow.
I said, man, you was eating hot dogs at 1:30 in the morning? He's like, yeah, I was hungry. Oh, you're not in trouble. I mean, more power to you. But
There you go. There
he's like,
you
yeah, I
go.
didn't want to bother anybody, and I was hungry, so I made some hot dogs. I was like, all right, cool, man. Do your thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, kids are something else, man. They are a trip. It's funny the things that we'll give up and we'll sacrifice for our kids to make sure that they don't go without or don't go for wanting or whatever the case may be. But man, they are characters, and it's funny seeing certain parts of yourself in your kids.
Definitely. Yeah. Definitely. I tell people, man, the hardest part, like I have, and it's so crazy because I think sometimes when I do shows, I meet other artists and they think I'm further ahead than what I am. And they're like, man, how do you do it or whatever? And I'm like, dude, if you can't sacrifice, if you're not ready to sacrifice, it's not worth it. And I tell
Yeah.
people the hardest part for me is the sacrifice.
Mm-hmm.
The sacrifice and the being on the road, not being there, you know what I mean, when my kids need something. And, you know what I mean? It's like I have to wait on a text or text them and then talk to them and FaceTime. But it's like right at the moment when they need me, not being there, it's like that's the hardest sacrifice to be on the road and to be in the middle of a meeting or doing something and a call comes through and it's like, damn, do I mess up this meeting, take this call?
Yeah.
Or you know what I mean? Do I give them 10 minutes and call them when I get done, or and because you're like from that moment, your brain is like in a thunderfuck, like what's going
Yeah.
on, like you know what I mean, like. But sacrifice,
No,
I would say, would be the hardest part for me.
no, absolutely. And and for what I do here, I'm fortunate. I'm doing this in my bedroom right now. You know what I mean? And if my kids are here, they're actually with their grandma. Grandma wanted to come and get them for a night or two. I don't even know how long they're going to be gone. I'll be 100% honest with you. Whenever she brings them back, they'll be back. But if they were here, they would have already came in here. Especially my son. He would have been in here. Who are you talking to? Oh, hey, what's up, man?
Yeah,
And he would have dipped out. But I'm fortunate in that aspect. But when I was going through when my ex-wife left me, and we were down in Charleston, and she left me for another guy, but he was here in Ohio, and I found out real fast that South Carolina was a mother's state, and I
mm-hmm.
basically had rights when it came to being a dad. I wasn't gonna stay in Charleston, and my kids be 10, 12 hours away from me. So I left a very, very nice job, a very good paying job. I mean, believe it or not, Orkin pays quite well. And I was getting ready to buy a house and everything like that. And I said, nope, I gotta have no choice. I don't want to see my kids on summer breaks and holidays. I want to be around. I want to be in their lives. And fortunately, despite everything with my ex-wife, we get along pretty well, and we share custody and everything like that. And I can't complain about the situation. But I gave all that up and essentially started all over again. Like an 18-year-old me. Gave it all up, started all over again. But with the podcasting thing, for me, fortunately, I'm home. I do it right from the bedroom, so I don't have to leave. I don't have a studio somewhere else. So, the kids pop in and out. Everybody knows, hey, I'm a dad, and I'll be in the middle of an interview and my son will come in here and be like, can I have a snack? Yeah, go ahead. Did you eat dinner? Anyways, we're talking about, but yeah, man, the sacrifice. And I think with talking to you tonight and listening to your music, I can see where people think you're farther ahead than where you are. Not that you're not establishing yourself already. You have a maturity about you. You have a level of maturity about you to where, you're, especially I can see where like younger artists could look up to you and look towards you and ask you for advice because you have a certain level of maturity about you.
Yeah, they do, and I guess like it's one of those things. Like I say, that's somebody being on the outside looking in, and not from the inside looking out. Because when people ask me, like me being on the inside looking out, it's like, dude, we're shooting for the same thing. Like, what do you mean? In my head, I'm trying to get to the same place you're trying to get to. Like, we ain't doing nothing different.
Yeah, like what the hell, man? We both on this show together.
We're in the same place on the same show. Like, yeah. I mean, I hope I can. Like, I feel like that would be a good thing to have artists. Once I reach that level, to be able to still want to reach out to me for advice and stuff, like I would love it. But like now, and it's because I would say 2 years ago when I was trying to reach out to people to do features and I didn't understand, just do my own music. I don't need no big name for my music to put out good music.
Mm-hmm.
And 2.5 years ago, it's like, dude, Morgan Wallen, Blake Shelton, Clint East. I was about to say Clint Eastwood. Clint Black. Like, dude, I probably messaged 50 different big name artists 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Because I thought like that's what it would take to get recognized, to have a big name on it. And it's like now I understand where I met artists and they was like, stay consistent. Keep working, stay consistent, and I realized that's what it takes. If you just I tell and consistently be yourself. I mean, either people are gonna say yes or no.
Yeah.
If they say yes, you get knocked up a level. If they say no, you're still you. You didn't lose nothing. You didn't lose anything by being fake and then saying, "Oh, this doesn't work. Let me be another person." You just keep being you.
I think ultimately, that's what happens to a lot of people. They lose who they are, or they pretend to be something that they're not. And I tell people all the time, at the end of the day, no matter what show you're listening to, that I host or whatever, I'm the same guy on the internet that you're going to get in real life. I'm the same dude. I'm not going to. I over exaggerate from time to time. On the podcast, like Saturday nights, I over exaggerate my ego. I really don't have an ego, but I over exaggerate it on Saturday nights. I call myself.
You gotta fit that character. It comes with it,
Yeah, I call myself the champ. I actually have a personalized championship belt, that I had made, but it's an exaggeration, because in real life, I wouldn't say that I have an ego or that I'm arrogant or anything like that, but there's a confidence, and I think that's the other thing. You got to have some sort of confidence.
You have to. You got to. You have to.
And I get what you're saying, man. I was, like I said, this show in particular is for you guys. I love the fact that you come up here, you're willing to take a chance. I mean, in the grand scheme of things,
Leggy lady said, "Yeah, just on a Saturday."
Shut up.
I think she's saying you're kind of cocky throughout the week.
That's because I'm that damn good. But in the grand scheme of things, I'm barely a blip in the podcast world. But I'm very appreciative that artists like yourself and many other artists that I've got the chance to sit down, and I don't even like to call them interviews because it's literally just hanging out. Obviously, we ask some questions and stuff like that, but it's more of just hanging out and getting to know you as a person and know your music and spotlighting you guys. So I'm super appreciative. It means the world to me that you guys take a chance on me. And I've had people go, why don't you go for bigger names? I'm a local music guy. I love the local musicians. I love the up and comers. Even in my real life, one of my favorite bands out there is Blacktop Mojo. They're a rock band. And when we started this podcast, I always knew I wanted break music. I want to be able to take a break on the hour or whatever, just so we could go make our bladder gladder or go grab something to drink or whatever and not completely disrupt the show. And I reached out to him, and I was just a fan. And I was like, hey, guys, I know you don't know who I am. I'm starting a podcast. Would it be cool if we played your music on the show? Didn't even think I would hear back from him. Less than 5 minutes, Matt, the lead singer, was like, boom, hell yeah, play the hell out of it. Shout us out. We appreciate that. That's awesome. And we were playing them religiously for like 2 years. Every break, every time they drop something new, we've been super supportive of them. They come on the show, they shout us out, stuff like that. They're always right there anytime we ask for anything. And they've grown over the last 3 years. But like I reached out to them and was like, hey, I'd love to have you guys on the music show. And Matt, their lead singer, was like, well, let's finish up with this tour. I'll let you know when we're done. We'll figure something out. I was like, hell yeah. But I've had people ask me, well, why don't you go for like Garth Brooks or Morgan Wallen or Lil Wayne? I'm like, because that's not what I want to do with the show. I mean, obviously there's big name artists that I grew up listening to that I would love to have the chance to sit down with, but ultimately this is where I want to be. This is what I want to do. And I mean, and it doesn't matter how big the show gets. This is what I want to do. I enjoy this. I love this because the passion that you have, and like as we talked earlier, you're basically creating your own genre. You're just doing your own damn thing and saying, fuck stereotypes, fuck the norm. This is what I do. Love it or hate it. That's cool. That's fucking cool. And I get to hang out with it. And then one day when you blow up and you sign that big contract and you're selling out stadiums, and I can go, I had that guy on my show once upon a time.
I can't wait. Man. I can't wait. Yeah, I've had damn, you said something I was gonna say something about. I can't remember. I'm burning again. I don't know. You said something I was gonna say something about. I can't remember. But
words are hard.
No, man, I appreciate you for having me on. Like I said, these last couple months, dude, I've done so many different podcast interviews and stuff, and to me, man, I'm grateful, bro. Like I'm grateful that people reach out and want to do interviews and want to get to know me. And like I said, I've sat down with a couple different labels, and they always say, they're like, dude, your music is good. They're like, your numbers are so low. There's like, if you get your numbers up, we can offer you this, offer you that. And I'm like,
I don't know. I just do it the way I do it. I don't have a focus of just. Sometimes you have to.
She's not wrong.
He's doing all right. He ain't been bad.
She's not wrong. She's 100% accurate.
I don't know. I just feel like I'm just gonna do it this way. I appreciate everybody that's reached out, especially you, other podcast interviewers that just want to take the time to get to know me. I definitely appreciate it.
Yeah, no, it's really cool because I think it's one thing that kind of sets me aside from other podcasts is we get to know you not only as an artist but as a person. And that's really cool. I mean, how often are you going to go on a podcast and you're going to start sharing stories about both working in pest control and having the same mindset of like, I'm in a hotel, I got to check everything.
I was thinking about it earlier when we were sitting there talking. I was like, damn, I've never talked to anybody about that.
Yeah. So I know we're getting close to the end here, but I want to add, being a dad and having kids, do your kids like what you do, or do they think that they're like, oh man, my dad's cool. He's a musician. He's an artist. He's doing stuff.
Dude, I think they're misunderstood. They think I'm like Jay-Z or somebody already, and I'm like, you're so wrong. I'm like, you are so far from right. You're so wrong.
Jay-Z is not playing in Portsmouth, Ohio on the ever. Just so you know.
So, dude, honestly, when I came home, when I got arrested, my daughter she was almost 2 years old. Mm. So when I came home, she was about to turn 16, and she's 19 now.
Yeah.
So, for me to be gone that long and to be out of their life, and when I come home, like, the music has always been in me. Mm-hmm. But like you said, I just felt like I hit a point, and I think it was a point that I hit, and it was like, I got to do something else besides rapping.
Yeah.
Because I felt like I had hit that mark where it was like, nobody's going to want to hear me rap right now. But I knew I had to do something with music because that's what I love. And it was like, how can I express myself through music without just literally rapping all the time? So, for her to be one of the main people to be like, hey, do what you got to do. I'm not going nowhere. I'm here. Just don't give. Pretty much her saying, do what you got to do, but make it worth it. Make it worth being gone. You know what I mean? So to hear somebody so much younger than me, like, give me advice like that, and they say, hey, if you're going to do it, make it worth it. If you're going to do it, but it's like, if you're going to do it and half-ass it, don't fuck around. Don't do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Nothing. But if you're going to do it and do it, make it worth it.
100%.
It's like you said, like, to hear somebody that comes from you, a younger you, say that, it just sounds like an older person saying it, and then it's like, dude, I can't play with this. I got to do it. You know what I mean? Like, not even for me, is because this is a person that has less years than me on this earth. Like, they haven't even, like, my daughter's kind of been sheltered. You know what I mean? Like, her mom, she's put her in private school and tried to, like, shelter her. And I'm one where I'm like, no, she needs to be out here. She needs to see how messed up the world can be, so she's not 20-something, 30-something, and just figuring it out.
Yeah.
But, just for me, that was a point where it was like, okay, you're gonna be 100% in, or you're not gonna do it at all.
Yeah. To be that young and not only drop some fucking words of wisdom on your ass and hit you with that advice, but also be supportive of it. Like, I'm here. I'm fucking with you. As long
Yeah.
as you're all in, I'm fucking with you. But if you're only half-assing it, I'm out.
You ever had one of your kids say something to you, just like in general conversation, and it catches you off guard, and you look at them like, how
Oh
do you
yeah,
even know about that? Or like, how do
yeah,
you even know how do you even know the structure that in my mind, I'm like, how do you even know how to put that thought together? Like, and it just makes me proud. Like,
yeah,
you're not, in my mind, I look at them as babies. But it's moments like that where I'm like, okay, they're actually
yeah.
like, they're almost adult. You know what I mean? It's like they're
Yeah.
almost
It's almost like you're doing something right. Like I did something
yeah,
right. Yeah,
like it's a proud moment right there. It's like, oh shit, like you're
yeah,
smart.
yeah. Right. How you get so smart?
Damn, you're smart, huh?
Yeah. No, man. I feel you on that. That's cool. I mean, you know, my kids, they won't say it very often, but they enjoy what I do, and I think they get more excited when one of their friends are like, "We seen your dad's podcast." To me, they're like, "Oh my god, my friends are listening to your podcast. It's so embarrassing." But then you'll catch them talking to each other, and they'll be like, "I can't believe our friends are listening to Dad's show. That's crazy." That they like it. I'm like, all right, I got.
Catch them and see them, dude. They have like the biggest smile on their face.
Mhm.
It's so like when I watch my daughter talk about my music to people, like to her friends and shit, are on the phone. One of her friends will be on the phone, like, "Hey, who's your dad make this song about, or whatever?" And just to walk around the corner and see her, I'm like, she'll be smiling big, and I'm just like,
Yeah. Yep. No, it's and my son's starting to get more and more involved. Actually, he has his own show now. He's a big wrestling fan. I'm a big wrestling fan. So
yeah,
we just started a show Sunday, and he was a little nervous, but I I told him about it Friday. We had some former members of the network who do wrestling picks, and they had cash on last month, and they didn't invite him back this month, even after they promised him, and he was a little bummed out. And I was like, I can't sit here and watch my son be bummed out about this. I have a freaking network. I can just give him a show. So we do it together. And I told him about it Friday, and we did it Sunday. So all weekend, that's all he talked about. Was not only getting to do his own show, but getting to do a show with me. And it was like a proud dad moment. You know what I mean? Like,
does he like MMA or just like wrestling stuff?
nah, he's just really into wrestling right now. He hasn't. I think as he grows up and gets older, he might start to dance around the boxing and MMA world, which I'll have to freshen up my knowledge of boxing and MMA, because once UFC started buying out all the other companies, and now they have 95 weight classes and
Yeah.
473 fighters. You can't keep track of anybody, and there's a damn show every week. It's like I can't keep track of this. And boxing went to hell in the late 90s, early 2000s, and they're
Well,
trying to recover from it, but
I'm gonna message you when we get off of here
yeah.
for your son for his show. I don't know if you keep up with MMA, but Pierce Anderson
Mhm.
and Ricky the Sniper Rainey,
Mhm.
both of them from Gastonia, where I'm from.
Oh, okay.
And a couple of my shows, Ricky's came along with me and done my security and stuff for like
Oh, nice.
quite. And I can definitely get him linked in with him on the, to
Yeah,
do the
man. I'll,
podcast.
I'll hit him up. I'll hit him up, and I think even MMA or not, I think that'd be something that Cash would think would be fun, especially
Yeah.
two real life fighters.
You remember when they had I can't remember the name of it. It was a show they had with the MMA, like the house. They had Forest something, and then they had the other house.
Oh, Oh,
like
crap.
something to the UFC where they got people to come in and they had to. It was almost like the real world shit, but it was in the
Yeah, it was like what was that? Ultimate Fighter or something like that.
Ultimate Fighter or something.
Yeah,
Ricky,
yeah.
he
I used
won the
to
one.
watch that actually.
He won the one for Team Forest on like their second season. You can go.
Oh,
on.
nice.
Yeah. He runs a training gym down here now.
Hell yeah.
I can definitely get him linked in with him. He will love to do it. He's all about like just doing shit, helping kids or anything, bro.
Hell yeah. Yeah, that'd be really cool. I think he would definitely like that. That's what. Yeah. Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, Forrest Griffin is actually right up the road from. He's originally from Columbus, Ohio.
Forrest Griffin, that's his name. I knew it was Forrest something. I couldn't remember his last name. Yep, Forrest Griffin.
Yeah, no, he was right up the road from me. Dude, I hate to end this, man. This has been such a fun conversation. I can't believe how much you and I have in common. But so I got one last question. It's a short answer, and I think I might have already asked you. Same thing I ask every artist. I would like to put your songs in rotations on the other shows, if that's okay, and play them for break music.
Definitely.
And of course, we'll shout you guys out. We'll shout you out. Tell people where to find you at. But I want to put them into rotation. I want to make it a habit to get people listening to your stuff, hearing your stuff, and deciding if they like it or not. We didn't get the chance to play all of them tonight that I downloaded, but I will definitely be playing them tomorrow night. I'll probably that'll probably be our break music for tomorrow night. Will be all your music, and then we'll get it into the rotation for the week. Playing them. Actually, through it all might wind up on Monday nights for the Men's Mental Health Show.
Definitely.
So,
definitely.
Before I let you go, before we bounce out of here, do you have anything like words of wisdoms, quotes, or anything like that that really resonate with you that you want to share and we'll get the hell out of Dodge?
I do want to say August the 9th and August 15th. I got 2 singles coming out, and they're really good. I don't get excited about much of them, but these 2 I feel like are going to be the ones that take me over the notch.
Nice. Well, make sure you send them my way, and we'll get them on. We'll get them if I have a show on the day that they're released, I'll get them played that night. If it's around the time, a day or so before, I'll get them played the week that they come out on the shows for
Definitely.
you. So,
words of wisdom is just love and let life go.
Amen to that. And ladies and gentlemen, I don't get to say it very often anymore, but I think I'm going to keep it. I think I'm going to keep it for Tuesday nights. 5 words, 5 simple letters. When you find yourself at the crossroads of life, that little demon pops up and offers you a deal. Ask yourself, WWNND, what would the Nonsensical Network do? And then do the complete fucking opposite. Be good at it, ladies and gentlemen. We will see you next time. Thank you, Zay, for coming on here. Guys, make sure you check out Zay on all social media at Zay Grastley Music or Zay Grastley. He's everywhere. Go show him some love. Greatly appreciate you being here tonight, man. We'll see you guys next Tuesday for a brand new episode of Glick's House of Music. bio.link/Nonsensical Network. Check out the rest of the shows. You're not going to get me tonight, Zen.